Hey guys, I'm just going to film this quick video for our business finance class. It's sort of as an aid to help study for the midterm, but I am going to go through the Fisher equation, both sort of simply in Excel, but then with the full algebra that you would do if all you had was a pencil and a paper. You can see I have the Fisher equation here, and I have the variables explained here. I've also taken question 1 of Lab 7 out of Connect, and I've sort of recreated it in Excel. This line here is just a number 1 to use in Excel formulas, sort of to represent these ones for ease of linking. And the rest of these cells I'll show you how we fill in. So, with the Fisher equation, we're going to use this to evaluate the nominal rate, the real rate, or the inflation rate. And as long as we know 2 of these variables, we'll be able to isolate and calculate the third variable. So in particular, in this question, we're told about an investment that has a 10% total return, but that the owner of the investment, Bill, thinks the total real return will actually be 5%. So if those two things are true, what are we estimating the inflation rate to be? And let's just pull out the information from the question that we know and have. We know the nominal rate, and we will express it as a decimal, is 0.1 or 10%. We know the real rate is 5% or 0.05, 5% expressed as a decimal. So if you want to think of it this way, here we have our equation set up. And the very first step in our BEDMAS is to find any variable or information we have, pull it out of the question, and put it into our equation. So essentially, here is where we are. We've filled out the equation to the extent that we're able to fill it out. We know the nominal rate, the real rate, but we don't know the inflation rate. And what our goal here is to isolate for this h and solve for it. So the first step that I would do personally, and some calculators or Connect might handle it differently, but you will arrive at the same answer in the end, is that I would evaluate the inside of my brackets. So our nominal rate is going to be equal to 10% plus 1. And our real rate is going to be equal to 5% plus 1. So if you want to think of it in BEDMAS terms, here's where we are. We've evaluated the equation to the extent we're able, and now we need to work on getting that h alone. So to get that h alone, what we need to do is we need to divide both sides by 1.05. And this will allow us to cancel that out on the on the right-hand side. And you can see that the times 1.05 is being canceled out by the divided by 1.05. And we've got it over here now on the left side. And once we're done canceling, this is where we are. This is how we've rearranged our formula. And again, you do have several different options here, but what I would do at this point is I would evaluate the left-hand side of my formula. In this case, it would essentially be the nominal rate on the top divided by the real rate on the bottom. And we would press equals, and we would divide 1.10 divided by 1.05. And you can see that we're going to get 1.0476. And it is a repeating decimal, and I do have a slightly longer version of it here. Equals 1 plus our inflation rate. So now it's very simple. We're going to move that 1 over, and when it changes sides, it's going to change signs. So the solution is going to simply be equal to 1.0476 minus 1. And you can see right here that our h is equal to 0.47619, just like up here. And we can choose to express it as a percentage by multiplying it by 100%. Or in this case, 4.76, and we've rounded to 2 decimals like the question asks us to. So that's how this works. And that's also a visual example of how you would do the full algebra for this equation.